Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to Winning from the Mind. You are welcome. You are welcome. This is another series entirely. You are welcome to this new series of Winning from the Mind. And we are happy to have our guest in the room tonight with us. We have our guest with us tonight. Yes, welcome, sir. Good evening. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, sir. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, very well.
Can you hear
Can hear
me?
you very well. You are welcome. Welcome to Winning from the Mind. This is where we share insight. This is where we polish the
Oh,
mindset of
okay, okay.
people to make them the better version of themselves. You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
And how does it feel to be on the conversation with us this evening? Are you with me, sir?
is quite try to bring a positive shift to people's mind this evening.
Wow. Thank you so much. So now the this webinar is a serious thing, and we know that the progress that people need is to be administered step by step, bit by bit. So there is no such thing as once and for all in growth. Growth is ever progressive, and the same thing goes for change. Change is progressive. It is like building a layer upon a layer. That is why in Minecraft Africa we've uh, chosen to use this method of making our communication serious in nature, so that we can begin to build, layer upon layer, and we can stratify our journey with people. We know that it is not easy to imbibe change, and that is why we have simplified it. That is why the topic that we discuss on this platform, they are unique, and there are things that we found out that lives need, people need for business, for career, for personal development, and for mind shift especially. So on this series we'll be discussing the momentum, and a lot of definition will be coming from me. And although we have people like you, our invited guests, they are coming because God has helped them in their field of endeavor, and we are inviting them to come and show our own generation the upcoming how it's done. And also, people that come to the platform are people that are doing well, and we are also coming to say there is more. So on our platform, there is room for everyone. If you are like you don't even know where to start, you don't even know how to start your journey, Winning from the Mind is there for you. And if you are like, I'm doing well, but I need to scale, this platform is also for you. And that is why we have it series by series. And tonight, fortunately for us, we have Mr. Divine Favor along that, the tech team lead of Greenmon Global. You need to know what Greenmon is doing out there. You can just go and check their website. I will ask him personally to talk about like Greenmon, how people can benefit from it, especially if you are in the like urban area of Nigeria, like Lagos State, to know how you can benefit from Greenmon. But before then, sir, we are here to discuss the momentum. And what is the burden for this particular conversation? We realize that a lot of people have big dreams. A lot of people have bigger expectations. A lot of people have goals. But for the past 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, even 10 years, some people are still staring at their goals like this. It still look like a mountain. Some people are still looking at their dream like this. It still look like it's far-fetched. It's not achievable. Some people are still expecting and waiting for a miracle to happen. That something will just happen. Maybe God will just conjure something and boom, their expectation is in their hands. But we have come to realize that this is not just a problem for some sect or for some class of people, is a problem that have eaten deeply into the fabric of the human society, and a lot of people are wallowing in this dungeon. And the way out is why we are here tonight. Now, for my intro, I said this momentum is not just about team, it's a call to action. What we are here to discuss is a call to action. We have come to tell people that everything is achievable, provided the requisite steps are taken. Now, when I was meditating on how tonight is going to go, I had this picture in my mind about a volcano. Now, before there can be a rock, a solid rock like igneous rock with very massive magnitude, like mountains, before there is anything like that, there is something that happened beneath the earth. There is something that happened at the crust of the earth. It's called molten magma. There was an ignition. There was a fire that was ignited under the earth, unseen to anybody. Nobody knew when that thing was going on. Nobody knew for how long the fire has been burning underneath. But it got to a time that the fire was so much that it has burned every element that is required for it to launch out. And we have what is called volcanic eruption. And this volcanic eruption can go miles. It can go several kilometers. It can shoot high to any length. It can travel wide to any length, depending on the burning, the ignition that have taken place earlier. When I was like meditating, that picture came to mind. I started thinking about volcanic eruption. And this can be likened to the topic you will be discussing tonight, igniting the spark. Although what we want is momentum. And what is momentum? The product of a mass and velocity. A lot of people have a mass, but a mass will not be productive without velocity. A lot of people have vision, they have skill. A lot of people have dreams, they have ideas. That is massive. But then there is something that is needed that will turn the mass to momentum. It's called velocity. And there cannot be velocity without ignition. Before a vehicle can accelerate, before we can measure the speed against time, it must have been ignited. It all starts from ignition. And that is why this series is beginning with that particular focus tonight. Ignition, igniting the spark. So I'm going to give the microphone to our guest for tonight, the Mr. Divine Favor Olorundare of the Greenmore Global. You are welcome, sir. Thank you so much, sir. You have the floor. I'm like hiding my face behind the camera now. So you have the floor. Over to you, sir. You are welcome, sir.
All right, Mr. Okwe, Minecraft family, thank you for having me. I'm grateful, and it's really great to be here. I'm quite excited to be here. If you're just meeting me for the first time, my name is Divine Favor Olorundare, and currently I hold the reins for the tech team of Greenmore Global, and um, maybe later in time get to talk about Greenmore. But more importantly, I'm happy with what Minecraft Africa have been doing. I mean, just a few minutes ago, I was just looking at Mr. Akwe, you must really be, you must really have been very good with your physics, because I think I was looking at the previous um, um, live session that we had where we were talking about mindfulness, and you were giving examples using some physics terms. And today again, you're doing that, and but I just feel that those illustrations actually do well to cut into what we're here to talk about this evening. And as you spoke about momentum and volcano and mass and velocity, it actually goes a long way to lay a foundation for me to come in. And today is a topic I love very much because it's very practical. Is not something theoretical. These are things that we have practiced. Some have worked, some we are working at the moment, basically. So I'll just go right straight into it. I have a slide here. I don't know how it works. I'm trying to see how I can. I want to feel like everybody should be able to see my slide.
Yes. Just bring it up. I will add it to the screen, sir.
Okay, I uploaded it here. So
Yes, it's up. It's up. Your
do,
slide is up, sir.
have you seen it?
Yes, it's up.
Oh,
It's up. It's on
awesome,
the screen
awesome,
already.
awesome. I've seen it. I've seen it. Thank you, sir. So yes, so today we'll be talking about momentum and igniting the spark. So Mr. Okwe has laid a wonderful foundation of a volcano where he said that before there can be a volcanic eruption, there must have been some workings, some ignitions that would start the fire, and then the fire will now go into an eruption. Same thing for any fire to start, there must first be what is called an ignition. And I'm so glad to be here. So let's just dive right in. So, one of the things I like to do a lot is I like to glean on the wisdom of other people. So, while doing my research, I just stumbled on this guy that said, "A mighty flame follows a tiny spark." So, no matter how big a fire is, it must have started from somewhere, just like in the general saying that says small beginnings leads to great outcomes. So we must first understand that for anything big to happen, there must first be a beginning. Usain Bolt is not celebrated today because he's the fastest runner, but because he starts well and he finishes well. But first, there must be a start, because if he never starts those races, will never be known. He will never be known as the fastest runner today. So once again, I want to welcome everyone tonight as we are talking about the beginning of everything great, the spark, that single moment that flips the switch from thinking to doing. As Mr. Okwe said earlier, I said something about the fact that a lot of people are in the seat or in the position of thinking and thinking and thinking and never doing. So I'm looking forward to, after this session, you will start taking steps, practical steps towards achieving all those things that you have been thinking in your mind. And I just want to take you through that journey. So this will not just be a theoretical class, this will be a practical one, where before the end of this class, you will start taking steps already. And I'm sure that you will come back to give reviews to Minecraft Africa that we have been able to spur you on to whatever it is that you have been nursing in your mind. So I want you to sit tight in the next few minutes and open your mind to new possibilities. One, open your mind to get started right away, because as the Chinese proverb says, the best time to plant a tree was 5 years ago. The next best time is today. So which means that as from now on, you can start taking actions towards your possibilities. So I welcome you to the to this talk this night. And a few things that I'll be taking us through is one, I need you to know that everyone sees the explosion, but not everyone sees the spark. I'll use Mr. Okwe's illustration the other time again, where he said that a lot of people see the volcanic eruption, but not everyone knows, not in fact, not anyone knows where it started from. So a lot of people see people that explode overnight, that seem like overnight sensation, but don't actually know where they are coming from. Some people say it's overnight, but really there is no success that is overnight. There have been nights that have been spent burning candles, burning energy, burning calories, burning time, burning resources just to ensure that something comes out of it. I'll give you a typical example. For instance, Minecraft Africa that we're talking about today didn't start from here. It started from somewhere. It started from ideas, from thoughts, from writing on papers, to writing on boards, to meeting people and talking to people and trying to figure out a way into it. And here we are today. And where we are still even building. We are not where we want to be. So you don't just see things and say they come overnight. There must be been a starting point. So everyone sees the explosion, but not everyone sees the spark. Not everyone sees where it started from. So every movement begins with a moment. Take that home this evening. Every movement began with a moment. And tonight is about finding and igniting your own moment. That's what we're here to do. We just want to ignite your moment, want to find your moment, want to see what it is that can spark the next movement for you from this evening. And I know that before the end of this session, you would have started finding ideas. Not just find ideas, you start taking steps, because it's only those that take the steps that sees the reward or that gets the reward. So moving on, why is this ignition? Why does this ignition matter? Number one is the power of thoughts. The power of thoughts. Now, I need to understand that every transformation that you see today, everything that we celebrate, every brand, every business started with a spark. Started with a spark. Mention it. iPhone, HP, gadgets, AI, technology, everything started with a spark. It could be an idea somewhere. It could be a thought somewhere. And then someone decided to go from there and took it to the next level. Number two thing why I believe this topic matters a lot, added to what Mr. Okoya said earlier, is that momentum needs ignition. So a lot of people have dreams. A lot of people have visions. A lot of people have plans. They have goals that they set. But yet they are stuck at neutral. It's just like driving a car. You say you want to move from Lagos to Abuja and you want to drive. Now you got a good car. You enter into the driver's seat. You are ready to go. You got your Google map out. You know all your routes. You have everything planned out. But there is no way you will get to Abuja from Lagos if you don't put your car in drive and press the throttle and start moving. So which means if you don't even start the car, none of those things will work. So a lot of people are still in the neutral level of life, neutral level of their business, neutral level of their career, open, planning, setting goals, having expectations, but still not getting anywhere. Why? Because they are not turning on the ignition of the car to even be able to set the gear in motion. So we are here today to let you know that momentum needs some ignition, and we are here to help you ignite as you get moving. Then thirdly, to let you know that your idea matters. Your idea deserves to be ignited. It deserves to fly. A lot of things that we celebrate today, a lot of them were rubbish at first, only to realize that they became the big thing now. So part of the things I'm here to let you know is that don't look down on your ideas. Instead, look up to where they can land you. Look up to where they are taking you, and then have enough energy to be able to ignite. And one of the things you must know about ignition is it comes with a decision. It comes with a decision. Yes, your idea matters, and your idea deserves to be ignited and to fly. And that's why we are here this evening, to let you know that your spark does not need permission to start. It only needs a space to ignite. Your spark does not need permission to start. It only needs a space to be ignited. So I'll just want to set the tone this evening and just talk about one or two people. I think about three people. I would go from the global standard. I could have gone for all those people that we know, but this person's story really inspired me a lot. And I decided to just share it with you in case you've not heard of her before and you're seeing her for the first time. Her name is Sarah Blakely. She'll be my first Spark story. She is the founder of Spanx. Spanx is a business that is into fittings for females and males. So they make fittings like tights, like a body croissant for ladies, and a lot of all those things. Now, why did Sarah's life, why did it impact me so much? And I decided to share this evening. She had no business background. She didn't know anything about business when she was starting. No industry connections. All she had, because she had worked as a salesperson before, all she had was a savings of $5,000. Okay, in Nigeria, I'm talking about like something between 7.5 to 8 million naira. That was what she had in savings after working as a salesperson for a long time. Now, one day, she took a leg, what we call leggings today, but it's called pantyhose, but we call it leggings here. And she cut a part of it out. She cut the long parts out, and it became more like a tie. And she looked at it, and she wore it, and she noticed that there was a little discomfort. In that little discomfort, she trimmed it a little more, and she noticed that she felt more comfortable wearing that. And before you know, there was a spark in her mind. She developed the idea for creating fittings for male and female. So it wasn't just tights anymore. It began to evolve into what ladies and men can wear internally that can help them to move better, that can help them to move faster, and that can help them to be more comfortable. And today, Spanx has become a global brand. Through her persistent effort, she kept testing, she kept refining, she didn't give up, even when nobody got it, because she got a lot of rejection for the idea, but yet she kept moving. And today she's a global brand, and her business is worth billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. She has become a business success. Another example I want to give is a South African. His name is Trevor Noah. Some of you may have seen some of his shows before. He's a comedian, he's also a TV host. Now, Trevor Noah was born with every disadvantage you can think. There was a time in South Africa, there's something called the apartheid in South Africa, where people in colored skin, like blacks, were segregated. That was the time when he was born. That was the environment where he grew up, in an environment of segregation, in an environment of stark racism. But yet he came out with a wonderful story. How? There was a time while he was growing up, anytime he was going to talk to his mom, he was going to crack a joke. He was going to crack. How does he crack a joke? He would start imitating people's voices just to make his mom laugh. That was it. But later in life, he sparked something in his mind and said, well, if I can make my mom laugh doing this, probably I can make a lot more people laugh, and maybe I can make money out of it. Then something came out of it. He became a global comedian and a storyteller. That was his career. He was able to tell good stories, and he was also able to make people laugh. And before you know it, today he is significant in his field. He is now a global storyteller, featured in New York Times, had a lot of awards just based on that, because he allowed a spark in his mind to ignite something, and then he moved. He didn't just stand there. I wish I could go more into his story, but because of our time, I'll be able to go deep into it. So now, why did I say these two examples? There's still one more that I'm going to talk about. Why did I talk about these two examples? Now, these things look insignificant. Think about it. You are just in your sitting room. You take your leggings and then you cut it and you say this is more convenient, and then you say that's what you want to start selling. It looks insignificant, but yet it brought something great and global. Trevor Noah's own seemed insignificant. I mean, who would have known that now comedians will be earning so much just to make people laugh? But then it was nothing. So I don't know what it is that is your idea now. Better begin to nurse it. It may look like it's not relevant now, but trust me, stay with it, nurture it, take some of the steps that I'm going to talk about in this session, and I know that you can make something good out of life. The third person I want to talk about is someone I love so much, has been a role model to me in years past, and it's this man. It's called Inyoluwa Aboyeji. Of course, from his name, you can tell that he's Nigerian. Now, what happened with him? His career is just like a lot of young Nigerians now, full of potential, but yet little access to opportunity. Little access to. Now, while he was growing up, he noticed something. A lot of young Africans are there unemployed or sometimes underemployed, which means they are employed, but they are not paid according to the skill that they own. They are not paid according to what is expected. Just like now, a lot of nurses and doctors in Nigeria are complaining about being underpaid. Why? Because they put a lot of effort into learning their skill. Their skill is very important to the society, yet they are not well compensated for it. So he's saying a lot of Africans now, skilled Africans, yet unemployed. Some that are employed are underpaid, especially in the tech space, and decided to do something about it. So he allowed that to be a spark. So another area, another way you can get a spark is in a place of frustration. He was frustrated that how can so much skill, how can so much ability, how can so much performance come out with nothing or less than what is expected, and decided to do something about it. Then he first created or co-founded a company called Andela. Andela trains African software engineers and connect them to global jobs. He is one of the major engine today that is behind people being able to, Nigerians, being able to get jobs as tech people, tech enthusiasts, or what have you, and be able to apply for jobs in the UK, in the US, and in countries like that, and get well paid. Just like now, you can be a community manager and be earning as high as $1,000, $2,500 per month. Convert it to Nigerian currency now, that's going to about 2 million naira to about 4 million naira per month, which I think is a good start for someone that wants to start life. And he was part of the engine because he saw a problem. Then after that, he saw another problem in the fintech space where exchange of money was a problem. Then he decided to start Flutterwave. Flutterwave now is one of the unicorns in this country. It is now $1 billion tech business. So now, I don't think there's anybody that should be listening to this that may not have heard of Flutterwave. If you've not heard of it, you would have used it one way or the other. But he saw a problem, and that sparked an idea. And before you know it, it came out with a solution. He saw a gap, and it lit a spark. And today, that spark is powering businesses across Africa. So I don't know what it is for you to this evening that you have been nurturing. Let these inspirations, spoke about Sarah Blakely. I spoke about Trevor Noah, and I'm speaking about Inyoluwa Aboyeji. So these people don't have two words. Whatever they have achieved is something you can, just a thing of the mind. Just a thing of the mind. So how do you spark that? How do you bring up that spark? Well, first, before we get there, what is that spark? When we say spark, what do we mean? You must understand that the spark is not the fire. We will still get there in this momentum series, I'm sure. We are just building. We are building faces. We'll still get there. What is that spark? The spark is not the fire, it is the light. The first light. When I say light, what do I mean? Idea. The thoughts that comes to your mind. I'm saying a persistent idea, a thought, an emotion, a feeling. For instance, how do you find that spark in you? Please listen to this. How do you find this? What's the sign of a spark in you? Now, what is a problem that you can't stop thinking about? For Nyaboyeji, it was the fact that people are learning good skills. They are very good at what they do, yet they are not getting jobs. How can we bridge that gap? What is the problem you have been complaining about? That every day when you think about it, is it electricity? Maybe you have solution to it. Is it internet? Probably you have solution to it. Is it AI? Probably you have a solution to it. Is it in maybe hairdressing or whatever it is that you've been complaining? It could be a place where you have seen solution. In fact, there's a mentor of mine that always says, times that number, that if you are seeing problem in a particular area of life, it's most likely because there is a solution inside you for you to offer. So that's number one. What is that problem that you can't stop thinking about? Two, what is the story that you need to tell? For instance, I was talking to someone today, and part of the business idea that came to her mind is that there are things I went through while I was growing up, and I don't want the younger ones to go through it. And I'm seeing business out of it. And already I made my first video, and just the first video within so number of time, within so period of time, within few days, got over 13,000 views and over 1,000 engagements. Just talking about the story of her life, and she's already seen a business out of it. A story is there a story that you need to tell? Is there a story that has been on your mind that every day you recount and you be like, there's someone somewhere that needs to hear this story? Trust me, there are more people, not just someone somewhere. That could be an idea for you. I hope I'm pricking your mind this evening, because after this session, you will write down those ideas and you begin to act on it. So if you have a jotter and a pen there, begin to pen them down. I dare you, begin to pen them down. What are the problems that you have been complaining about? What are these stories that you think you need to tell that someone needs to hear? 3, what is the feeling you can't ignore? Maybe sometimes you wake up and you just feel like there should be more. For example, there was a Mark Zuckerberg one day. He was a shy type, so he wasn't want to mix a lot. And he said, is there a way I can mix with people without actually meeting them physically? Let me create something that I can use to chat my friends, because I don't like going out. And he created Facebook. It wasn't originally called Facebook, but yes, he created Facebook so that people can network. They can network with their friends. And he just did it for his school, but now it's a global brand. Why? He just felt like people should be able to connect better. A feeling. 4, maybe there's an idea. It could actually really be an idea that you can't let go. An idea, it keeps coming back. It keeps coming back. It keeps coming back. And let me drop this as a nugget. An idea not acted upon by you will be acted upon by another person. There was a time, for example, maybe about 10 years ago, an idea dropped in my mind. And the idea was that, is there a way that we can convert people's airtime back to cash? So what happened then? I was sent my hostel fee. I was still a student in school. 10 years ago, I was still a student in school. My hostel fee was 35,000 naira. They sent me my hostel fee. And I wanted to send the hostel fee to the agent that will get the money, so that I will pay my hostel fee. And I don't know what happened. I recharged my hostel fee. 35,000 naira recharge. Now, you ask me, how did I get it back? Well, I had to start begging people. Please, come and buy. Did you need airtime? 1,000, 2,000, till I was able to clear it off. And I did still get the old 35. I got about 27,000. Why? Because some people say, okay, I'll buy one. Okay, I will tell them, come and buy 1,000 naira card for 900 naira or 950. Because I just wanted to sell it off. So an idea dropped in my mind. Why don't I create something that people can buy, can maybe people that make the same mistakes can convert it back to cash at a token? Now, I didn't act on that idea, but today, 4 years after that incident, 4 years after that, I began to see it all over the internet. And I realized that, wow, it came to mind. So if you don't act on the idea today, trust me, you can wake up tomorrow morning and realize that someone else is already acting out exactly that idea. So I'm here to kickstart and to kickstart what will give you momentum, to ignite the spark within you. So what is that spark is what I've dealt with right now. Moving on. What's the power of the spark? What's the power of the spark? Number one, the spark is a catalyst. It is a catalyst. So there's something in physics called inertia. Law of inertia. What's the law of inertia? It says an object will remain in a state or in a position except being acted upon by an external force. The second part of that law, it says that an object will continually be in a state of motion except either being stopped or being acted upon by an external force, which means your ideas will only remain ideas if there is no ignition. So what's the power of the spark? The power of the spark is to start movement, is to break that law of inertia so that there can be movement. So that there can be movement. So not just nursing an idea and living on the idea and sleeping on the idea and waking up on the idea. Is doing something about it. Translating from thinking to doing. Yes. That brings me to the second one. The power of the spark is to ignite action. Turning vision into belief and activity. In fact, there is a holy book that says only the doers get blessed. The hearers do not get anything. So nursing your idea will not bet anything. It is doing something with your idea that will bet something. Yes. And another power of the spark is that innate activation. Innate activation. For instance, fire requires fuel. It requires oxygen. It requires heat. But without a spark, there can be no fire. None of those things matter. If you like, take paper, take wood, put them together and start blowing, and take ox fan and blow the firewood. If there is no spark, there can be no fire. So which means the spark needs an activation. Your passion, your ideas, your dreams, your resources, they need an activation. That's where that's the power of the spark. They need something to kickstart them. That's the power of the spark. So how do you kickstart? How do you kickstart? How do you kick off? Now that you know what a spark is, now that you know the power, because achieving your dreams will never come into play if there's no spark. Achieving your goals will never come into play if there is no spark. For instance, a lot of people come into 2025, they wrote a lot of goals down, yet there's no movement. They look at it after 4 months, nothing has been done. Why? Because nobody moved, except your pen and your paper. Nobody moved. You set goals, oh, I want to achieve 10 billion naira before the end of December. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. But what are the things you are going to do, my brother? What are the things you are going to do, my sister, to attain that 10 billion by December? What's your plan between January and March? Okay, now we are in April. April is coming to an end. What's your plan now between April and June, which is the second quarter? What are the steps you intend to take? How much should you have announced before then? What are the things you want to do? I mean, you break it down, then you get to work. Okay, so you want to start a business. Which business? You want to start selling cars. Beautiful. What kind of cars? Have you been to a car shop? Okay, you want to have a jet fleet. Beautiful. Have you visited a jet fleet before? Do you know how much it takes to rent a jet? Do you know how to get a jet? Do you know where to go to? I mean, it is as you take steps that your dreams can come to reality. So what are the steps for you to take to start with right now? Right now, right now, right now, right now. Not tomorrow, right now. Number one, I try to make it easier for you so you can have it in an acronym. I remember it better. So I call it a SPARK formula. Number one, silence the noise. Silence what? The noise. Clarity comes with quietness. With quietness, you need to be able to remove distractions, eliminate distractions. So you come from a place of quietness, asking yourself questions. There are some questions I will ask you in the next few minutes. You need to be able to answer those questions. As you answer those questions, then you can shut off with distractions. That's number one. Number two, prepare your mind. How do you prepare your mind? You read. That's one of the ways you prepare your mind. You read. Once the ideas are coming, you begin to read. Silence the noise, then begin to read. You reflect. That's another way. That's another way. You reflect. You start thinking, okay, I've been complaining about this problem. What really is the problem? I've been feeling this way. Why have I been feeling this way? What's the solution to this problem? Reflect, reflect, reflect. Then if you are someone that you're a religious person, you need to pray. One thing that prayer does for you, it helps to reset your mind. It helps your focus. If you're a religious person, you pray or you meditate. You meditate. Think about the solution over and over again. Then study. Do your research on that particular topic. Do your research. What has been done before? It will be foolish of someone to say, the idea I'm having now is to create airplanes that fly. It has already been done. No need to reinvent the wheel. Just go back, see what has been done. What you can now say is, what do you want to innovate? So you've seen the way they created an airplane. So do you now want to make something else that is adding more value? And here, that's a better idea. That's why you must study. You must study. So that by the time, it's not as if by the time you start acting, you are behind. No. You must study. You must study. A ready mind catches sparks. What does the A stand for? Ask questions. Question your feelings. Question your problems. Question your reasons. Question your ideas. Question your thoughts. I mean, there's one thing I've learned from Mr. Okwe, for instance. Coming this far, I've known him for quite a while now. He questions everything. Everybody may see it as the modus operandi. That's how it's supposed to be. He will come out with another question. Can we look at it this way? Why? Because a curious mind will always bet ideas. A curious mind will always bet ideas. Ask questions. Okay, what if we try it this way? You see someone doing it. Okay, why not me? Why can't I do the same thing? Why can't I even do it better? Ask questions. The R there is reflect and record. So which means as you are asking those questions and you are getting answers, be recording them and reflect on them. They will guide you in implementing your own ideas. Write down insights, write down thoughts, write down other people's ideas, write down other people's solutions, and then begin to find a way to bring everything together. Reflect and record. See, there's something that is very important. One of the holy books said that write the vision down, make it plain, which means whenever you see something in your mind, you think of a solution, you think, record. See, as from now, some of you need to start keeping journals. You need to start keeping journals. You are there, I'm talking to you. You need to start keeping journals. You know that ideas come to your mind, but the same way ideas come, they go. An idea can come to your mind now, and in the next 2 minutes, it's gone if you don't record it. A solution can come into your mind now, in the next 5 minutes, it's gone. It's just like dreams. Sometimes we have some dreams, and then if you notice, if you don't record your dreams immediately, or you don't share your dream with someone immediately, you are liable to forget in the next few minutes. In fact, some in the next few seconds. Because that window that you have is a time to take preciously. So reflect and record. Record. Sometimes you can just be meditating and be going back to your records and then realize that what you've been looking for answers to, you recorded it some months back. I remember this same grimoire that we're working on. The idea came 2021. But because then we're already running a business, we couldn't jump on it. But what did you do? We recorded it. In fact, we opened the company and registered it. There was a lot of things going on in business then. But now that the need arose, that was last year, 2024. Imagine 2021 to 2024. And now it is full blown. So the same grimoire is in Oyo State, the same grimoire is in Osun State, the same grimoire is in Lagos State, the same grimoire is in US. An idea. Why? Because someone was reflecting and recording. Finally, the K is kindle the fire. Kindle the fire. You need to start taking small, actionable steps. A wise man once said that it is not in the volume of what you do that matters, it is in the consistency. They say little drops of water makes an ocean. Yes, over a long period of time. As long as the drops keep coming consistently, it's just a matter of time. It will develop into an ocean. So trust me, small steps matter. And that will take me to my next slide. As I try to just wrap things up. What am I going to talk about? You need to start taking note of some things that can actually kill your spark. What are the enemies of the spark? These are common things that happens to everyone, trust me. Number one, waiting for perfect condition. Imagine a farmer waiting for the perfect time to plant. A farmer works only by signs. One of the signs is once they see the first rain, they assume, they trust the process that once they see the first or second rain, then they can plant, hoping that it will continue like that. Sometimes it happens where, for example, last year, the first and second rain came, people went to plant yam, they went to plant cassava, only to realize that the next rain didn't come until after 6 weeks. So their plantation got spoiled. But this year, the case is different. Once immediately the first rain came, it started raining concurrently. And people that planted early got their harvest early. So a farmer does not look at the perfect condition before he plants, he just looks for signs. So waiting for perfect conditions would not make you be able to start anything. Number two, overthinking and fear of failure or judgment. Overthinking. A lot of people, they overthink things. They've not even started. They've already thought of 1,001 reasons why it will fail. Why not think of 1,000 reasons why it will succeed? I said something to someone yesterday. I said, some people are telling you it is possible, and some people are telling you it is not possible. Evaluate. If they are saying it is not possible, and it didn't eventually work, right? It means that you have lost time. But did you really lose? Think of it this way. If you stay with the side of those that say it is possible, and then it works out, and then you stay on their side, and then it works out, what happens? You rejoice, you celebrate, because you know it has worked. You have something, you have contributed value to the earth, isn't it? But if it doesn't work, what happens? You have learned something. You didn't lose. You didn't lose. The only failure is not trying. You didn't lose anything. Imagine the Thomas Edison who celebrate today that invented the light bulb. He himself said it. He had to try multiple times. Of course, speculation says 999 times. But I don't think it was so. But yes, he tried multiple times. But he got the light bulb. And today we celebrate him. We are not celebrating him because he lost 999 times. We are celebrating him because he invented the light bulb. So forget about what they are saying. Stop overthinking things. Just start. 3, past disappointments. Oh, yes. So your own is not that you've not started something before. You started something before, but it didn't work out as you planned. My brother, my sister, uncle, auntie, do it again. Keep doing it. Don't let that hold you back. It's a common block of not being able to start something big. Yes. For instance, Jeff Bezos was an accountant before he started Amazon. An accountant. He was scared. He was earning well as an accountant, but he wasn't finding fulfillment. And for 2 years, he nurtured the idea. He didn't do anything about it. And the day he discovered that someone started selling books and they were making sense, but it was not online. His idea was to sell it online. He quit his job. It was in the wake of internet. And before you knew it, he started one thing or the other. One thing led to another. And today, he's in hundreds of billions of dollars because he took steps. Don't let past disappointments get to you. Cross over it. Number 4, comparing yourself to others. There's something I believe strongly. I believe everyone is unique in their own way. Everyone is unique. You are unique in your own way. You are unique in your own way. You are unique in your own way. God gave you special abilities. You have special abilities that no one else has. How do I know? For instance, the palm of your hand, the lines on the palm of your hand is never the same with another human being on it. Your thumb print, your tongue print, your iris, never the same with any human being on earth, even if you have a twin. So if God is that intentional, it means there's something special about you. There's no 2 human beings that think exactly the way you think. So you are special. There's something special about you. You don't need to compare yourself with another person. In fact, a wise man once said that anyone that compares himself with another person is a fool. Why? Because you've not really understood what God has given you. So you must understand that comparing yourself to another is an enemy of your spark. Then the encouragement I have for you today is that your spark is enough. You don't need to wait to feel fire before you begin. The goal is not to start big. The goal is to start burning. The goal is not to start big. Some of us are waiting for when the money will come before you start the business. No, start from where you are. Start from where you are. Moving on, I'm almost done. What's my call to action? So this is where I'm really going. In fact, all my talks and rantings this morning, this is the end point. This is the end point. So now is your action point, is your time to act. Wherever you are, take your phone, a notepad, a jotter, a pen. Do it now. I'm waiting for you. I'm giving you 10 seconds. Do it now. Do it now. If you have to pause this video, in case you are rewatching, if you have to pause this video, take 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, as much time as you need. What is that one idea that you can't let go? What is that one problem that you always complain about? Write it down. If it's more than one, feel free to write it down. It's you I'm waiting for. 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Write it down. All right. So you have written that down. Number 2, what small action can you take now, tonight, to kindle that spark? Is it to try to see how you can come up with a business plan? Is it to talk to someone about it? For business people. For career, is it to look for the best place where you can get your training? Is it to pick up a book that has been coming to your mind and to read it? So if it's a book, how many pages are you going to read this night? Will you read the first chapter this night? Will you read 2 pages this night? Will you read a page this night? Will you read a subtopic this night? One small action that you can take now, you can do that spark. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. It's what I'm waiting for. I spend this whole 30 seconds to 1 minute just waiting for you to write it down. Next, I want you, what you've written down now, all right? If you have WhatsApp, message yourself with what you have written down. Preferably, I prefer to do email. I do email. Go to your email now. Send an email to yourself for what you have written down. Now, in case what you have written down is not something that can be typed, sketch it down. Take a picture of it. Upload it on your Google Drive. Sketch it. Say it out loud. Or record it as a voice note. Maybe it's a song that you've been trying to, okay, I want to release an album, I want to release a single. Maybe what you should need to do is to record the song that's been coming to your mind. And then decide when you want to go to the studio, decide the producer you want to talk to. Begin to take steps. What's the smallest step you can take? Begin to take them. Light the match. Create the spark. So I'll give you 30 seconds to do that before I move to my next slide. What is that one idea? What is that one problem that you have been nursing in your mind? Or as I've been talking, some things are coming to your mind. What are those things? Write them down. Mail them to yourself. Send as a WhatsApp message to yourself. Record it. Sketch it out. Draw it out. Say it out. Yeah. 10 seconds more. 5 seconds more. Now, if you've not written it down yet, pause this video if you are not watching live. Pause this video if you are watching and write it down. Make sure you don't go to the next slide until you have written it down. Yeah, take actionable steps to ignite the momentum so that the remaining series that is coming from this momentum will be guiding you on how to actually come into the activation of those dreams. Minecraft Africa has more for you. So the spark can light the world. I'm already drawing the curtains here. That the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who actually do. It was Steve Jobs that said it. It was crazy enough to think that you can use technology to change the world, and today you can see the rave everywhere. Over a decade after he has gone, yet his legacy lives on. It was Eleanor Roosevelt that said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." And I will add to it, who take steps. It was Martin Luther King that said that if you cannot fly, run. If you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. But just make sure that you are moving, no matter what it is. So I hope this will be a spark for your dreams, a spark for your career, a spark for the things that you have been hoping for. My final submission is empower yourself. You don't need permission to start, you just need courage to spark. You don't need permission to start, you just need courage to spark. Embrace the moment that you are in, because this is your moment of ignition. Take advantage of it. And as you do so, make sure that you don't relent, you don't stop. And in the next few series, we'll be giving you what it takes to keep moving, to keep being persistent. Please join us in the next session. Thank you so much for your time. Connect with us on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube, at Minecraft Africa. Share. I want you to do me a favor. Go to the comment section after listening to this. Share your own spark story. What are the ideas? What are the problems that you see? If you don't want people to steal your ideas, envelope it in, make it vague. Just say something about it, then hashtag winning from the mind. Hashtag winning from the mind. So make sure you participate in the next episodes, in the next series. But whatever you do, keep the momentum going. Keep the momentum going. Thank you very much. I submit this evening as I hand over back to my host, Mr. Okweoluwa Olanipekun. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having me once again. I hope I've been able to ignite the spark within you. I hope from this moment onwards, you can now take steps. And in the following series, add some momentum. So it's not just mass, but there's velocity. Thank you for your time. Have a good one. Mr. Okweoluwa, over to you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Please, everyone, please help me appreciate Mr. Divine Favor Olorundare. Thank you so much for tonight. I mean, this was I don't know how to put it. It's like we have been doing it together for the past 4 5 years. I'm telling you the truth. Thank you so much. I mean, thank you so much.
Privilege.
This is it. This is it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's a privilege.
And I wouldn't want to bother us so much again tonight. We've had it all. We've had it all. He even tried to break down ignition. So thank you so much.